Welcome to Strutmasters. We're going to give you the 5-minute tour. We sometimes call it the 50-cent tour. Okay, you're in the front section of our building, the entrance. And I tell everybody this is like coming to a fine dining restaurant. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is ask you, what would you like to drink? This is your drink. So what you see is some memorabilia in here. Something I'm really proud of is the PDRA championship that Placino got for us last year. Doing really good in the mountain motor this year. Hope to continue to get another championship. There's the ring to prove it. So, what do we have here? We have my dad's wall, and the building is dedicated to him and named after him. I had him chiseled out in granite, and that picture you see right there of him coming off of the helicopter airplane every week when he came home from work, that's what he looked like. There's the Stetson hat. There's all these things about the military, a lot of things about his life, my life. I used to own the Hooters Pro Cup series. That's what's on that wall over there. And a few things from our little history here. So this is your drink. Hope you enjoyed the drink, but let's go get your appetizer. So when you come into this section right here, it's where all our sales people are, it's where all our technical people are, it's where all our accounting people are, all the managers. And we say, this is your appetizer, what would you like for an appetizer? So if you look around, there should be something here to satisfy your appetite if you know anything about racing or you like anything about history. There's quite a bit of stuff in this room. Going to let you take a real quick tour and see what's here. Clay Milliken was my first car that I sponsored as a top fuel car. And we won Bristol together. We won back-to-back. We won Kansas and Chicago. And we're real proud of that. And so we had 10 green hats from that one season for being top qualifier. And we finished third in the season for a small team. We really felt gratified for being able to do that. And we have a few Wallies, a few more on the way. And we're excited about those because when you're all said and done, that's all your grandkids have to look at. So enjoy the rest of the tour. You just had your appetizer, now is the main course. The main course is out here. So welcome to the Strutmasters showroom. 89 Lincoln Continental that my family and I took on vacation in 1999. The car was 10 years old. My son said from the back seat, Dad, the car's going down. This is the car that started all. It's the first 2 struts I built for it just to save the money for my own deal so I could continue living. I loved the car, I hated the suspension. And people started chasing me around town. How about fixing my car? That led to 10. I put them on eBay. That led to hundreds. Built a website that led to thousands. Fixed it myself for about $500. People started chasing me around town, and we're $100 million later now. We do 400 different SKUs now, so we have a lot of different cars that we fix. You have air ride and it breaks. At the time that it breaks, it costs more than the car is valued at to replace the air ride. So we have a conversion that takes it to contemporary or regular suspension and comes with a lifetime warranty. You never have to mess with it again. So above is my son and his go-kart. He started out racing go-karts. We milk 75 milk goats every day and made goat cheese. And I supported all that with a little bit of remodeling. We lived in a little story-and-a-half house. It all started right there in the goat barn. And then I rented this building up here and signed the biggest contract I'd ever signed just because it was $2,250 a month, and quickly ran out of that space. Ended up buying this building over here, which was 220,000 square feet. Kind of moving along. These are some of my son's cars. He raced in the truck series for a while. He raced in the ARCA series. I think that car was from Chicago. He finished second at Talladega in 2012 in the ARCA series. Led 55 laps and just didn't lead the right one. But they got him right in the last thousandth of a second. Started running out of room, so we started hanging them from the ceiling. Hope to start selling these cars one at a time because we have 50 more cars to restore. Part of my legacy I would like to have is that he saved a lot of cars. You know, the truth of the matter is they're going to crush a lot of cars, and we don't want that to happen. So we're saving all we can save, and hope that makes a difference in the world for later on in history. This is the main course, but you know, after you have a good meal, you got to have a little dessert, right? So behind this door, we have a little dessert. These are supposed to be some of my daily drivers. It's a little crowded and the weather's been kind of horrible. so forth and so on. So I don't get to drive them as often as I like, but they're all at an angle going out that door to tell me when I walk through every day, Chip, you need to get one of them cars and drive it somewhere. So I'm building a garage at home that'll handle 4 cars, and I'm going to take some of them home. And behind you, we have a 1951 Henry J. Kaiser, 1951. I built a car like this when I was 16 years old. I put a J2 motor in it, Oldsmobile J2 trip deuce motor, which I found one recently, the motor, and it's being rebuilt right now, and I'm having the carburetors rebuilt on it, and we're going to slide it in there, and I'll have my old car back here. You'll see we had a few parts left over from some of our racing, and we proudly display those parts up on the shelves all the way across the room. And we hope to use some of those parts on some of the hot rods we're building. Maybe we can use up some of that and empty some of those shelves. But I'd also like to point out to you, I call it the Strutmaster Wall of Fame. All these stars have somebody in them that I used to sponsor. There's 37 stars with 37 people that I've sponsored, and I have about 20 something more to add to that. So we'll be building some more stars and putting some more photos in there. So I guess all total we have about 75 people that we sponsored through the years in one type of racing or another. When my son was round track racing, we sponsored a lot of those guys. Now I'm involved in drag racing, which is my heart's desire. And we have a few more to put up. So we'll be working on that. This is one of Clay Milliken's cars. He won 6 national championships in a row, now IHRA. Before he came over to NHRA, and I was acquainted with him when he first came to NHRA, needed a little help, and provided a few things for him. And I'm going to donate this car to the Don Gardis Museum shortly. And I hope they enjoy it at the museum. But Clay deserves a car in the museum. This is it. This is the Hearst gas surpasser car. And everybody from way back when knows this car. And it's also going to the Don Gardis Museum down in Florida. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of Strutmasters. I've had Strutmasters for 21 years. It's a passion of mine to do things right and fix a lot of people's cars. And I get to go to sleep every night and look in the mirror before I go to bed, knowing that I save people $300,000 to $400,000 every day for not going to OE and replacing the air ride, but putting on our system that has a lifetime warranty and ending all the problems that they have with their suspension. So we'll continue to keep doing this. We get more and more cars all the time. If you have a car that I don't have a kit for, you let me know. I'll fix your car. And I thank you for taking the tour. So here's some of the things that we do with our product. This is a product that's designed to give you a good ride when the truck is empty. If you buy a 2500 or a 3500 or a 250 or 350, anything that's got a lot of weight to it, it's going to have big steel coil springs in the rear. So when you ride around town, your little head's going to go boom, 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 boom. Which is designed to have a load on it. It's going to ride great when you put a load on it. If you don't put too much of a load on it, then you'll be sitting down in the back and wearing out the front tires. What we do is, in some trucks, we take off 1 or 2 leaf springs, which allows the truck to go down in the rear naturally. And then we add our brackets and all of our airbags and equipment. And what we can do, we can get you at about 26 pounds of air. You're riding around town on air, nice and soft. And then when you want to hook up to your trailer, you can drop it all the way down and back it up under your trailer, and you can lift it to maybe 60 pounds. It puts everything level, and now you're still riding on air. So you have a real comfortable ride anywhere you go. But think about it. Most people don't drive their trucks with big trailers on the back or a lot of tools in it. Most people drive it to Walmart or to the store, the grocery store. So everything that we do is a complete bolt-on. A big problem you have with any system is when they hang a compressor on the outside, which is what everybody else does, then you get a lot of water and salt and all that stuff on it, and you ruin compressors, okay? What we do is we put a compressor in a battery box, and we fix it where it bolts on to existing holes in the chassis, so you have no drilling, no welding. Everything is a complete bolt-on. You see the back side of this. All the connections are DOT approved disconnects, all brass, quick disconnects, so it's easy to install. This is a tank, a big tank, and it bolts on. You can see how it bolts on to existing holes in the chassis, so you don't have to worry about that. We'll bolt it on. We use half-inch airlines on our whole system so that you get a quick up and a quick down. This has been a great system. We're putting it on every truck we can get our hands on. If I don't have a kit for your truck, let me know, bring your truck here, and I'll make a kit for your truck. And we appreciate all the confidence that you have in Strutmasters for the 21 years of experience that we have. We're glad to be offering an air ride for these heavy-duty trucks so you can ride smoothly to Walmart and to the grocery store. Thank you.